Good afternoon, this is Sarah, your imperfect carnivore in the UK. This video is slightly different and I'm talking to myself. Normally I quite like to go in my car and do videos, but it is going to be 32 degrees today, and if that's probably nothing compared to where you are, but in the UK it's pretty hot. So this video is a bit different in that it's a bit of a rock bottom video. I will refer back to this in time. In 6 months' time. Cut a long story short, this needs to be now my time. It has to be. How many more years am I going to keep doing this and boring myself, boring my husband, boring my friends, boring my kids, and boring you guys? So let's talk about all the reasons that I do carnivore, and see if I can talk myself into saying this is forever now. Because I went out in January with my friend for a lovely beef meal. She'd arranged it. She'd taken the time to find somewhere where we could eat just beef. And just before we got to the restaurant, we went into a shop and bought some sequin clothes, and some of them were in a smaller size. And we were going, wouldn't it be great if you could wear these next year, Sarah? And I said, probably not going to happen though. Don't bother trying to put your hand out and shaking my hand, because as soon as I get back to work, I'm going to quit. Okay, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You shouldn't really do that. But it did happen. I was still in the job that I didn't like, that was incredibly stressful. I was still full access to staff room, so there was loads and loads of junk in there that people had brought in after Christmas. I wasn't happy. The result was inevitable. But I can't keep being in that position. I've changed my job now. So I don't have that. I'm in a non-stress job now, and I don't have access to staff room full of junk. So if there are these little moments where I feel a bit frustrated, I can't just go trotting off to the staff room and see what's in there like I did before. That was getting a bit of a bad habit. I was getting into a bad habit of stopping at a shop on the way to work, and if I was on the wagon, it would be salmon and sardines and beef and things like that. But if I wasn't, it would be the opposite thing. And I think there's lots of reasons why having this new job is going to change all of that. I'm not working one-on-one with a child with severe special needs. I don't have a shop I can stop at on the way in. I don't have a staff room that's 5 seconds away that's going to be full of junk. I'm not doing before school club or after school club. So my moving forwards through August, September, October and onwards, my lifestyle is going to improve in a way that is conducive to me staying true. As you know, I've done a trip of a holiday with my family, and we didn't eat any crap, so that's going to be simple, isn't it? And I know that I can do it at Christmas. So I've got a long stretch of time ahead of me where there's absolutely no obstacles, problems, but I need it. Why do I need it? Let's talk about why I need it. I know it's a heat wave, and that means I've probably put on a couple of pounds of bloating, but my stomach is just all I can think about at the moment. It is so full and bloated, and I am so sick and tired of always looking and feeling pregnant around my tummy area. That's got to go. Another thing that I never really talk about is that the tops of my thighs rub together. People don't talk about that, do they? But I've never known a time in my whole entire life, even when I got married and I was 56 pounds lighter than I am now, my thighs, the tops of my thighs rubbed together. So that means even in the winter, chafing and soreness, if I don't cover those areas and don't keep them separated. That's annoying, and that's been there for all of my whole entire life. I don't know what it's like to walk around in a dress in the summer and not be in pain on my thighs. So that is a big motivator. It's just been added to the list. My psoriasis is back because the coffee and the dairy came back. That needs to go. My gastritis hasn't come back because I know which foods really aggravate that, so I can always keep that under control. My blood sugars are probably a tiny bit up, but I know how to get them back down, so that's not something that's worrying me. The pain in my feet. I've now got pain in my feet. I'm on my feet all day long. So And Kenberry, Dr. Kenberry, we always keep coming back to him. Whenever I've got anything wrong with me at all, I always look to see if there's a Kenberry video. And lo and behold, there always is. No matter what you're talking about, whether it's skin tags, which I still have, by the way, because I haven't done it long enough to get rid of them. Whether it's eyesight, whether it's blood sugar, whether it's diabetes, whether it's fatty liver, which I could have, who knows? Probably not, because it goes down quite quickly on carnivore. Sore feet, inflammation, whatever you've got, there's always a Kenberry video on it. And he always says the same thing. Get back to your proper human diet and it'll get fixed. Always says the same thing. I always think he might say something different, but no, it's always do keto or carnivore, that'll go away. So I'm thinking, I run out of excuses. I've run out of reasons. I am seriously considering, as the weight does slowly come down, to get rid of my bigger clothes, because holding on to them is just compounding that feeling that I'm going to quit at some point, and I have to stop it, because if I don't get rid of that feeling that I'm going to quit at some point, I'm never going to ever get anywhere with this. So I'm definitely at rock bottom today. I'm going to pop 2 videos under this that prompted me to make this video. One is by Dave. That's my washing machine beeping. Maybe you can hear that. Jobs never go away. One is by Dave Mack, and he's doing his 2-year testimony. Love listening to him talk. He probably couldn't wait to do his 2-year video. I look forward to momentous videos, and he must have been counting down those days to do his 2-year video. I love that, especially the second half, especially between minutes 30 and 40. Really motivational. Loved hearing him. He's also recommended a guy in Australia called Larry. He's a carnivore pensioner, but he did a beautiful video with 5 motivational reasons, tips to keep going on carnivore. And he said the right things to me. You would think that I'd heard it all in this space, wouldn't you? You'd think I'd heard about all of the ailments, all of the ways to fix it, and all of the tips. No, they just keep on coming. They keep coming out. This is why the carnivore channels are so interesting, because there is always something new to listen to. I love that. And he gave 5 tips, and one of his was called Burn Your Boat or something like that, and it made me think maybe I need to just go and give my clothes away and stop giving me that reason to keep returning. It's something to think about. But yeah, so I did take a horrible photo of myself yesterday and sent it to my brother, because, as you know, he's joined me on my journey, and he sent me a before photo so that I could use it in a thumbnail when he has lost more weight. He's lost about 28 pounds. Of course he has. He's a guy. They always lose the weight quickest, usually. And so I took a really unflattering picture of myself and sent it back to him. I'm contemplating putting it in this video. I know that the people that are not really interested in me don't really get past 5 minutes, so they're already switched off. And I feel like I'm going to put that video in here now in a minute to say, this is why I'm at rock bottom. Not just the way I look. It's definitely 90% health. I do panic about my health now. When I was, in my teens, 20s, I only cared about how I looked. Now it is 90% health, but the weight does reflect that. Dr. Ovadia does talk about the 5 markers of metabolic health, and I'm okay on 4 of them, but the one I'm not good on is the waist circumference. I am way out. My blood sugar is pretty much in range. When I had my bloods done at the doctor's, they were all in range. My triglycerides were good. I don't have high blood pressure, so I'm not on death's door, but there is that one tick that I haven't got, and that is waist circumference. And it turns out I'm measuring my waist in the wrong place. It should be around the navel area, and I'm going a bit higher up because it's smaller there. So I'm going to need to take another waist measurement. And he says it should be under 35 for women at that point on your tummy, and I am over that. So, in fact, now that I'm 9 minutes and 43 into that, let's pop this photo in. I do apologise for this. This is the photo I sent to my brother yesterday. I need to refer back to this. This is the Sarah's at rock bottom pose. This is and what's not funny, it isn't funny, but after that, after I'd fiddled around with my hair and tried to get my fringe straight, which is another annoying thing, but I can't change that with diet, that's my hair, I then had to get up off the floor. So you're taking a picture of yourself in the most unflattering pose ever, where you wouldn't show anyone that picture, and I've just shown nearly 1,000 people that picture, never mind. And now I am like, the next step was to stand up, push myself down on, you know, and I was holding onto the back of my hair, looking for a hair bubble to tie it back, but I couldn't find one, and I only had one spare hand, so I had to let go of the hair so that I could use 2 hands to pull myself up and then grab hold of my hair again. And when you've just taken a photo like that, and you're worrying about pains that you've got, and you can't walk because you've got plantar fasciitis in your feet, and you're then having to push yourself up, you think, okay, this is now about health. This is actually now 90, 95, 100% about health now. This is now affecting my life, making me feel old, sick, pissed off, disappointed in myself, frustrated. Is this my rock bottom? Have I reached it? That's my question to myself and you guys. Is this my rock bottom now? Or will it be in 6 months time, 12 months time, a year's time, 2 years time? Or is it right now? It's a question for myself this afternoon in this heat wave where I'm trying not to sit in the direct sunlight because it is really, really hot out there. What other things? I've got some new thread veins on my legs. No, I've noticed since I've been standing on my feet all the time. But I have heard they can go away on Carnivore. I'm not experiencing all those extra benefits, the ones that people talk about that I haven't had yet, like the going without food for 24 hours and not feeling hungry, the one where you get bits of like age spots on your skin disappearing, the one where you no longer need to use any form of deodorant because you've got no BO anymore, all those kind of things. I want to know what it's like to be doing this properly. If you've made it this far, amazing. This is the video I'm going to refer back to when I'm finally successful. Sarah, you're at rock bottom. You're at rock bottom. I believe you're at rock bottom right now. You've got to do this for your kids. You've got to do this for yourself, for your brother. You've also got to do this for humanity, because you can't heal humanity if you're not healed yourself. You can't fix others until you fix yourself, and you know that. Just talking to myself here. Just having a word with myself. There are so many people around me that I'd love to be able to heal, but all the while I'm carrying around weight, they are not interested in me. They're not going to be interested in the way I'm eating until I'm tiny. And then it'll be, ooh, what are you doing? It doesn't matter that you've reversed this, reversed that, fixed this, fixed that, feel better, don't have any medication, don't have any grey hairs. Doesn't matter about all that. Unless your waist measurement isn't teeny, teeny, tiny, we're not going to pay any attention to your journey. And that means there's people around me sick all the time and I can't do anything about it. I can't wear my Healing Humanity t-shirt outside in public because I'm walking around a bit of a mess myself. Long video, needed to be done. So, yeah, cheer on for my brother, cheer on for me. This has got to be it now. This has got to be it. It has to be. If not when. If not when. And dairy tomorrow. On that subject though, just before I go, just found out another reason to stay off tea. Apparently tea bags are full of microplastics. It just doesn't stop, does it? Every day you have a new realisation about something. I've got to stop drinking tea because the little bags that the tea bags come in, they're even worse for me than what's inside the bag. Anyway, if you've got it this far, thank you so much for putting up with me, still listening to me. How anyone finds me inspirational is beyond me, because I don't find myself inspirational. So if you've come this far, then keep going with me with the journey. One day there will be that side-by-side picture where I look incredible. It will happen at some point. Will I be 50? Will I be 55? Will I be 60? Will I be 65? Who knows? But all we can do is just trucking along. You take care, guys, and I will talk to you soon. If you have made it this far, my lymphatic massage drainage massage was cancelled for today, so I'm making a video instead. But as soon as I've managed to book one and get it done, I'll do a follow-up video. You take care, guys. Eat your meat, drink your water, and love you loads. See you later. Bye.